why are we starting with Quickcrete? Because maybe, finally,
yeah,
after almost a year, because my birthday's in a couple of weeks, we're mounting my birthday present from last year. And so this is the process. We've got the cinder block to mount it to. We've got the actual vibratory tumbler. Got some sticky stuff. But you have to start by filling
you gotta fill
that
the
cinder block
yeah,
with Quickcrete. So that's the first step.
it's pretty straightforward. If you've never worked with Quickcrete before, it's pretty, all you need is water. Use warm, not hot water for sure. I don't have a trowel, unfortunately. I wish I did, but I don't. So pro tip, get a trowel before you start doing this. And wear a mask before you get involved, because this
he is masked up and so
dust is pretty nasty. You don't need an N95, but you know, COVID.
We all have them around, so might as well use them.
I wish I had some gloves. That's another thing I wish I had.
You want me to grab some?
No, rubber.
We have latex.
First thing you want to look for is make sure that this isn't too, it would rip right through that latex. If this isn't like nice and chunky. If you get a bag that's super chunky, lots of moisture's gotten to it, take it back wherever you bought it and get another one. They may have left it outside. These bags are kind of wax coated, but they don't guarantee your stuff stays completely dry. This one's been good. So, Quickcrete, pretty simple to mix. I don't think we're gonna need a lot for a cinder block.
Yeah.
Need a little bit more than that, I think.
I moved upwind.
Now you know why I'm wearing a mask. We'll just do that.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be plenty.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be plenty.
I'll keep that over here, just in case I need that a little bit more.
And I'm gonna step you way away from downwind.
Start with some water. Get that dust. Start with less water than you think you need. That way you don't have to add more dirt, more Quickcrete. You got some chunks in there, but they're not too bad. Yeah. This is also a really big shovel.
Yeah, and
for
you can
this.
see he's pulling the dry bits up from the bottom.
Yeah. A little hand trowel would be a lot easier.
But this is what we got.
Yeah. Definitely need more water. I've done this before and added too much water, and I only had one bag. So I kind of screwed myself over. So now I'm just more cautious. Yeah. You can also use a drill with a paddle attachment.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
Make sure you have a good drill to do it. But I'd rather get just a tiny bit more liquid than I need, as long as I have some more dry stuff left.
Which we do.
This is also a lot easier in a wheelbarrow, if you have one.
Oh.
I shouldn't feel like pulling ours out for such a small job.
Yeah, we're literally filling those 2 blocks.
Yeah. All right, we'll be back in a second. So I'm just making sure I'm going all the way to the bottom. I'm just tilting the bucket a little bit. This shovel is not the easiest thing to use.
But you see the difference between here, the wet mixed up, and then the dry that he is integrating in.
Yeah. But we've got a pretty good consistency right now, so that's pretty good. For what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I'll be able to go here in just a second. All right.
Yay!
Changing duties here for a second. Have you ever done any kind of concrete?
No concrete work whatsoever.
Really?
Nope. I haven't really ever had the need. Nope. I've done lots of gardening type stuff, but no concrete type stuff.
Good. You can see we lined the box with some plastic in there just in case it's soaked through, but I think we're gonna be just fine. So we'll fill this, let it cure for a couple days, and we'll come back. All right. You don't really have to do this. It looks a little wet. Shouldn't be, it's not too bad actually. Not even, but I think we're good.
Now we wait.
Yeah, give that a couple days and it'll be good to go.
Yay.
It's not pouring out the bottom or anything, which is nice.
Yeah.
It might be a little wet, but I'm not going for perfection, so that's fine. It'll set. All right. If you have a little bit of Quickcrete left,
Which we do.
just make sure you store it as airtight as possible. You don't want any moisture from the air, the garage, wherever, getting into it. The trash bag works great. And you're good to go. That way you can come back and actually use it and you won't come back to a brick. Which would suck.
Yes, it would.
And you're all set.
Voila.
That'll keep it airtight. All right, so the cement's set. And now we are just literally, yeah. All you have to do now is just paint one surface of the cinder block. It doesn't matter. I mean, some people will paint the whole thing. I think Michigan Rocks, Rob painted the entire brick. It just looks nicer, but
we do not care about
you don't have to do that, yeah.
It's gonna live in our garage, so.
And really the only reason you even have to do this, you don't necessarily have to, but if you're gonna use the tape that's on the bottom of the Lot-O, they come with like a double-sided tape. You need something for it to adhere to, so that the paint helps with that.
It just fills in. You can see as I'm painting over there,
Yeah.
definitely gaps and holes and stuff, and so this just provides a more even surface.
Yeah. And we also have GOOP that we might use on it as well as the tape. And the GOOP would adhere a little bit better to that as well. But that's it really. So our cement set, as you can see, we're good to go there. It is very heavy. haven't weighed it yet, but I would be curious to know exactly how much it weighed. All right, so day one, first coat, pretty good. We're just gonna give it a second coat here real quick. I don't think you'd have to really, to be honest. My brush is too big to fit in this.
I was using the edge yesterday.
Yeah. I don't think you have to do this really. I think that would be enough of a surface for the tape to hold, or the glue, whatever you're using. We might use both.
Yeah.
One thing I didn't really mention, I think I put it up in the graphics here a second ago. This is an enamel paint. It's enamel's better for hard surfaces. You can paint things like what we're doing now, metal, whatever, but it's also water resistant. So since we're mounting a tumbler on top of this, and that's full of like water and all kinds of fun stuff, we don't want the paint getting gross. When water gets to it, you can wash this stuff. It's just here's the label actually. Clark and Kensington, is that what it says?
Mm-hmm.
Just a generic enamel.
Yeah. We got it at our local Ace Hardware.
Yeah. And that's it really.
Mm-hmm.
And we're only painting one side of this brick.
I
don't know, we might come through and paint the rest of it, but
okay.
I don't think you don't really need to.
No.
And we probably didn't even need to do this second coat, but I figured what the heck. It dries pretty quick, so.
And you notice now from when I first zoomed in, there's a lot more of those holes are filled in now, so it probably was a good idea.
Yeah, it wasn't too that important, but we do have a whole can, so.
Yep.
And we're not really using it for anything else, so.
Nope.
Figure
Looks
we'll get this on here, it'll dry real quick, and then we mount it and we're off to the races.
Woohoo!
Alrighty, so the brick is painted. We got at least one side painted pretty well.
Yes, and not tacky.
Not tacky, we put 2 coats on it. And now the Lot-O-Tumblers do come with some double-sided tape. And all you want to make sure you do is you get that kind of centered on the brick. This thing weighs a ton too. I don't know how much it weighs, but it weighs a good amount.
It weighs a lot.
And then we're gonna, that's pretty much the end of it, really. We'll see how well the tape does. We also have some goop that if the tape does not work, I've read that this works extremely well to mount to your bricks. So give us a second, we'll take the tape off, we'll get it mounted, and we're off to the races. There we go, got the tape off. Kind of mark the cinder block a little bit, I can see it. Make sure it's nice and centered. And we're good to go. So, I think I read a couple places that people let the tape cure a little bit to the machine, to the brick.
Like 24 hours or something?
Yeah,
or...
just like you would like the wall mounts and stuff. You let that tape kind of cure on there a little bit. One other thing I noticed too, we watch a lot of Michigan Rocks, and Rob did a video where he mounted one of these, and the dowel needed to be closer to this particular bolt, so he had to unglue it, pull it off because there's a nail in there, and move that dowel. But we'll do that once we turn this thing on tomorrow. We'll check it, we'll load it, make sure it's gonna run properly. And if we need to, we can move that dowel back and forth to make sure you get good action inside the barrel. But that's it, that's mounting your Lot-O. That should do the trick. And it's actually it's pretty simple to do. It's not that complicated.
Nope.
Get a cinder block, fill it with some concrete, paint the top, stick your Lot-O to it. Pretty straightforward.
Yep. Hey, we'll be back sometime soon in another video where we show us trying it out. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
Happy birthday to me.
Yay.